JFK 40 years, 40 people, 40 stories. On News Talk 820 WBAP.
After almost 40 years, former WBAP-TV filmographer and radio reporter Bob Welch still knows the words and the rhythm.
It's not known for sure, but it's believed President Kennedy
has been shot. President Kennedy was in a motorcade and...
Welch, then in his mid-20s, was not at Dealey Plaza where the shots were fired. He was at the Dallas Trade Mart on Stemmons Freeway where President Kennedy was to arrive in a few minutes for a luncheon speech. Welch was standing near about a dozen police motorcycles when he heard their radios.
The police chatter was broken by one particular call that I happened to pick up on, which was there's been a shooting in the motorcade. And it was followed very quickly by it happened near the underpass. That's the only information I had. And about the time I was hearing that, here comes the motorcade. Actually, it was just one car with a squadron of motorcycles around it. And I jumped in the news car and took up after the motorcade. So I was literally driving behind the president's motorcade at the same time trying to alert the newsroom what had happened.
Unfortunately, the newsroom was empty, but...
A photographer friend, Floyd Bright, just happened to be walking through the newsroom, heard me pleading on the radio for somebody, please intercept this message, and he did. And he says, Bob, I'll roll tape. And he did, and I proceeded to give the message while driving behind the motorcade. When Floyd reminds me very quickly that he'd made a mistake or pushed the wrong button or the tape didn't roll, but I had to do it again. So the tape you actually hear, and that was the first word out of Dallas, Texas, is the second time.
Welch also scored another coup at Parkland Hospital, getting the only sound motion picture footage, for that matter, the only sound recording of the announcement of the president's death.
John F. Kennedy died at approximately 1 o'clock Central Standard Time today here in Dallas. He died of a gunshot wound in the brain.
For JFK 40, Steve Cumming, WBAP 24-Hour News.
Listen for JFK 40, The Lost Kennedy Tapes. Saturday, November 22nd on News Talk 820 WBAP.